Hello, everyone.
Sup?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another week.
Now, I'm pretty sure this will be episode 11. I think I might just stop with numbers, and we can just do whatever we feel like.
Shebang. Let's go.
This is either our 10th episode or we're past episode 10.
Guys, we've done 10 episodes.
Which is,
boom.
we've popped off. I think this is great.
Huge. Big work for us.
Honestly, I've had a lot of fun getting to 10.
So have I.
That's what, 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they say most episodes don't make it past, I think it's like 30 episodes.
30 episodes.
Most podcasts don't make it past 30.
30's a lot.
Or 60 or something like that.
30 episodes. It's almost a year.
Yeah, that's like half a year. Or over half a year. So,
Damn.
we're at 30%.
Third of the way there.
Yeah. I don't know why I said 30%. It's actually like 33.33333%. I'm gonna shut up. Anyways, I'm glad we're back here today. My brain is not working.
We're not making it to 30 episodes. Let me tell you that right now.
My brain's not working. So because we enjoyed it so much a few episodes ago, we did like the red flag or green flag, per aspects of people. We'd written such a big list. We thought it'd be a waste not to do the rest because
it took us a long time to get through.
So much fun. Also, just really breaking down each point.
One.
So we thought we'd carry on with that because it's fun.
The first one's big.
Go on.
Never been in a relationship. I feel like that's quite a big one. I mean, obviously it's one of those things where it's predominantly early, right? So you're like, it's going to be less common up until, I'm going to say like 20.
Yeah, you're the later into your 20s, the more rare you're going to the less often you're going to find someone that's not been in a relationship before. But I think I don't know if it's a red flag.
Okay.
Only because just because you haven't been in a relationship before doesn't mean you aren't it just means you haven't found the right person. You haven't been in the right position to be in a relationship, or maybe you're like really focused on like uni, then your career, and you're just like, look, I just don't want any distractions, and then you're kind of like opening yourself up to a relationship. But it doesn't mean you haven't like dated, because you could have been on dates.
So there's obviously levels to this, right? As there is with everything. What are we defining as a relationship? Because I think this is one of the biggest things we've not tackled yet. Or we might have tackled it before. But what's a relation? Like, at what point can you say definitively you have been in a relationship?
Well, obviously there's the where you've had the chat and you've gone, we're in a relationship, or I think exclusive. I know people won't count that, but I think the moment you're exclusive with someone for a long time, I think you're in a relationship just without the label.
Yeah.
Because what else is it? You are exclusively seeing each other.
What's the shortest amount of time before you can consider it a relationship?
I don't really know. I think
like if someone came up to you and said, "Oh, I've been seeing this guy for like, let's say 3 months," and you, at what point would you be like, "You're in a relationship"?
Well, it's not even at what point where it'd be like, oh, you're in a relationship. Because if they've only seen each other and they're not exclusive or whatever, and it's been like 6 months, I'd be going, either you are bringing it up to him going, I'm not here to just be a casual thing, and so I'm going to dip unless you're not seeing anyone else and I'm not seeing anyone else, and like that's True. That. Or, but then I don't really think you should have to have that conversation with someone. I feel like it should be like, hey, I really like you, I don't want to see anyone else, and I should feel I think the energy should be there fairly early on.
So it's not a time thing, is it really?
No.
Like if we're probably talking about this, it's not a time thing.
No.
This isn't like I mean, time certainly comes into it, but it's not that.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that need to happen before it becomes a relationship, and there's so many things that happen that push it closer to being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Time is like a very small part of that.
Yeah. I think it's the vibe, the effort that it goes into seeing each other.
Like if you, let's say that you've been going on dates, you've been around each other's houses, you stayed over, like it's going well. You're 4 months in, you're just dating or you're just seeing each other, but you're about to go to a sister's birthday, for example. You're meeting the family.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to turn around and go, are we in a relationship? Because you're going to have a conversation
I'd hope
before
that I'm
it,
being
right?
introduced as girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so how it happened in my relationship is Matt said he loved me, and I said, does that mean we're in a relationship? Because we weren't.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I kind of we just assumed, because we've been like not
So it's one
talking
of those
to
things,
anyone
it just
else.
happened, right?
Yeah, it was just kind of like, it just was that we were together, and he was like, oh, I love you. And I was like, whoa, we're not even dating.
When was that?
It was pretty early.
Is it an early one?
It was quite early, but
Yeah.
so was Belle and Callum, and they're engaged. So you know, it happens. People are. I don't think you necessarily need to have like the "Will you be my girlfriend?"
Yeah.
But it would be like, "Hey, I'm only seeing you, and I would like us to be in a relationship."
Yeah.
Something has to be said.
So there has to be some sort of acknowledgement.
Yeah, if I would like you not to see anyone else, and I'm not going to see anyone else.
Because I think otherwise it's going to come out in an ugly shade, right?
Yeah.
Or it could do.
Yeah, because if I was under the impression that we were dating or seeing each other or whatever, and then I've seen, like, my friend has sent me a screenshot of your Tinder profile, and I'm like, hang on a second, why are you on Tinder? Like, we're in a relationship. And then you're like, oh, well, we never said. So I've been seeing other people.
And then there's a whole other pile of issues, right?
Yeah, because then also, like, how often were we seeing each other? And then I'd be really thinking, like, every time you went MIA for, like, a night, like, you're on a date. Like, that's then the relationship's kind of over at that point anyways, because you're...
well, I mean, yeah. But it wasn't a relationship.
True.
So is it over?
I don't know. This is where I'm like...
Anyway.
So to never have been in a relationship, I'm thinking like, have never...
So you've never confirmed as being exclusive,
and you've...
or I'm going to set a limit of if you've been in some sort of situationship, or if you've been seeing someone for more than 4 months.
Yeah.
I'd say that's for me. If you told me, oh yeah, but I did date this guy for 4 months, I'm like,
that's a relationship.
That's a relationship.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
But then, like, there's almost the other way where, like, my first relationship in secondary school, I wouldn't ever count that as one of the relationships I've been in.
That's true, because you're too young
for I was
it to actually be anything.
I was like 13. Yeah. We were together for a year, and I think we kissed once. Like, crazy, I know. But I'm just like, it...
That's not, no.
We were really close friends in my mind.
Yeah. So there's so much context, right, with what has to happen in order for it to be even considered a relationship in the past.
Yeah. And to have never been in any sort of romantic entanglement.
If there's not a reason, like, it all depends, right? Because when you start dating someone, you're going to have that conversation, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a relationship before?
Yeah.
Someone turns around and says no. Not the first question. Obviously, you don't go, why? What's wrong?
What is wrong with you?
What are you doing?
Why are you doing that on a date? Like, trying to karate chop them.
Immediately thinking you're a police officer trying to get...
Yeah.
No, anyway, if that question happens, right, and they turn around and they say no, what are you doing after that?
I don't know. I'd be definitely seeking out the answers of, like, why, and if
I think it's an okay question to ask, right?
Yeah. I definitely think it's like, why? Because if there's something like, oh, I've just been really career focused, or like, and then like there was some family issues, and I've just never ever been able in the position.
Or like moving house loads.
Yeah, I always moved. So I've been on like dates, but nothing's ever really come of it because then I'm away. Like there's loads of different ways
So many
that
things.
actually it's just never worked out.
Yeah.
Or are they the type of person that something's always, that it's never the right time for a relationship, and they're kind of like getting what they want out of it and then leaving?
Yeah.
Because then that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Or are they a commitment phobe, and then they're just gonna like they're gonna leave
Yeah.
the moment it gets serious?
Yeah, I think there's loads of things that could happen. So I think for me, having never been in a relationship.
But I think also it depends. Like if they're like 35,
Oof.
then I'm like, oh, why not? Because that's a long time.
That
like,
is a long time.
I get like uni, starting off
I
your
think-
career, everything. Then it gets to like, why? If it's been like a mental health issue and then you're suddenly like, you're in a better place now, you've been through therapy, everything. Again, completely understandable. Cool. I'm glad you're in a good place. You're actually, that's quite a green flag. You're like in touch with your emotions. You really know what you want out of it. You're now going into a relationship really open eyes, really thinking about what you want to get out of this relationship, whether that's long term or whatever.
Once you've been in your first relationship, like proper relationship, you start to learn a whole lot about yourself, right?
My fear is if you're their first relationship, it's not going to last.
Exactly. Like if it is your first relationship, it has to be so spot on for it to be able to keep going, or you have to be such an open person and ready for things to go wrong, because chances are you don't know what you want.
Yeah.
So the chances of your partner somehow magically knowing exactly what you want,
it's not going to work.
it's going to be difficult, right?
Yeah.
But if you've been in that situation before, if you've been in a relationship, there are things that you're going to be able to spot and go, okay, I didn't like that.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen this before. This
Exactly.
characteristic in like other relationships I've had is something I don't like.
Yeah. There's things that you're going to want to do, things you're going to not want to do.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you're going to learn. I think if you're, if you're, 30,
Yeah.
and you've not been in a relationship, I'm going to be like, oof.
It's going to be hard
It's
to.
going to be a difficult one.
I mean, it's great learning for them, but to put your heart on the line, in that sense, it's quite challenging.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, they need to have a first relationship.
At some point, yeah.
At some point. And if it happens to be you, it happens to be you, and the connection is genuine, it's genuine. And hopefully it turns out to be great. But you're right. If they won't be going into this they may even be going into this going, my ideal person would do all of these things without me telling them. And you're like, hang on a second. Yeah. Relationships aren't mind readers. Like,
no.
Partners aren't mind readers. You have to communicate. And then it's hard.
I think I'm skewing slightly towards a red flag.
Yeah, I'm almost like, I'd be thinking if I was on a date with a guy and he was like late 20s, early 30s, and he hadn't been in a relationship before, I would be going player, not doesn't actually want a relationship. He's saying all of these things about how he wants a relationship, literally just to get what he wants out of it, and then that's it.
Yeah. I think there's also the flip side, right?
Go on.
Have you been in too many relationships? Like, if you're 25 and you turn around to me and you say, oh, I've had like 18 boyfriends, I'm like,
what? Yeah, that's fair. Like, why can't you last in a relationship?
Are they in the room with us right now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I guess that's fair, because then it's also like, what's going wrong in all of these relationships?
Yeah. And also,
are you
am
again
I on like
commitment
a 2-week deadline?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, nice.
Yeah.
Boyfriend number 20 is going to be around the corner soon.
Yeah. Because again, either there's something slightly wrong with your personality that once people figure out, they are gone. So you need to do some self-reflecting. Or you personally don't want to be in a relationship long enough for it to ever develop properly. So then you're gone.
Yeah.
Or are you counting every single talking stage you've ever been in?
As a relationship.
Yeah. And
like,
then that's a bit
have you
scary.
gone on a date and been like, Boom.
boyfriend,
Relationship.
and then they ghost you, and you're like, wow, that was a really hard breakup.
Yeah, I mean, so I think for me, let's picture the flag, right? You're 21, never been in a relationship. I'm gonna say it's like
That's green flag.
greeny yellow.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't.
It's not like it's not a green flag. It's not like I'm gonna be like yes.
Yeah.
Win.
Well, some people always say that guys apparently never get over their first love.
Yeah.
So if you are their first love, then you've popped off.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Is it true?
Yeah, that guys never get over their first love.
Sure, you can't ask me that. I mean,
Out of people you've spoken to, have they always been like my first love?
boys don't talk about that sort of thing. I hate to break it to
Do
you.
they not?
No.
Like even behind closed doors, they're not
No.
like, oh, all I think about is my first girlfriend who broke my heart.
Not anyone that I'm with friends with.
No,
No.
never mind.
Sorry, girls. It's just
I just really want to know.
those conversations happen in boys' heads and stay in boys' heads.
See,
I
I
hate to break it to
really
you.
want to know.
Yeah, nah.
Because otherwise, me and Matt have got to have some conversations of why you still in love with your ex.
Oh, well, keep my mouth shut. Anyway, I think the older you get, the more red that flag is.
Yeah.
21, it's green, hint of yellow.
It's just like it then just gets more be cautious, be cautious, be cautious.
Yeah. I mean,
If it's literally they just not find the right person, they've been working on themselves, now they're suddenly in a position where they can be in a relationship, fine. I wouldn't have any issue with that.
mm-hmm.
But it's like if you're constantly going on dates and they're never leading anywhere.
If it's like, if you're 40 and you've not been in a relationship, and I mean not even like a 1 month, let's see each other for a bit.
Yeah.
Red, dark red, help type flag.
Yeah.
But you know what? But there are so many like specific circumstances that I'm ignoring, right?
Yeah.
Like if you let's say you've been in the military since you were 16,
Ooh.
right? Because you can join at 16.
Yeah.
If you join the military at 16, you've been in service for like 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time. But
That
if
is
you've been in
a
service
long
for that
time.
much, or even you're 30, right? You've just come out of service of the military.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't had time for a relationship.
No, you've probably
At
been
least-
on camp for most of it. You've been...
If you've been on deployment for however long, look, that's fine, right? That is completely... You have lived a life.
Yeah, you've got loads of stories
Just
to
because
tell.
you haven't had a relationship doesn't mean, like...
You can't have
can't
one
have
now.
one.
But then again, it's
But-
then you're making all of those first relationship
Yeah,
mistakes
that's
at 40 years old, and then it's tough.
But I think that's... Look, there's going to be a learning curve whenever you have your first relationship.
100%.
It's not a complete red flag, but it's leaning that way for me.
Yeah, I think the older you get, the
This
more
episode's going to be
cautious
like
I would
3
be.
hours long. We've got so many more.
Yeah, that was. Oh
We
my
can-
god, that was
no.
only one, and we
Yeah, I
took
know.
20 minutes. Nice.
Doesn't want a cat or a dog.
See, it's a red flag for me.
So,
When-
okay, right. So this is a complete flip. We've gone from not being in a relationship very early
Yeah.
to thinking about having pets. This
Yeah.
is the other end of the spectrum, in my opinion. Like
This is almost the kids' conversation as well.
This is the like training wheels for having children.
Yeah, I'm seeing you in the long run.
There is another life dependent on our relationship.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't want a cat or a dog. I think we have to set rules as per usual. Let's call this you're living together.
Okay.
Because
I don't think you can get a cat or a
if-
dog when you're not living
if we're-
together.
if we're having shared custody of a pet, if it's moving between both of our houses, I'm not having a pet.
No, me neither.
That's not happening
No.
because.
So I
it's
guess
just
yeah,
not-
if they
it's
don't
not-
want a cat in that circumstance, then
Oh,
fair.
fine.
that
Like,
makes
okay.
sense.
Because it's going to be, oh yeah, 2 weeks at mine, 2 weeks at yours. No.
No.
No, thanks. Like, cute. Some people might like it, but no. If you're in a long distance relationship, no.
No.
No, actually, just flat no.
I think it's only if you're living together. The next step is maybe
exactly.
a pet.
That's my point. This has to be in the scenario of we are living together.
Yeah.
let's say you're moving in, right?
Okay.
Should we get a cat dog?
Well, then I'd be like, oh, I'd love to get one. Maybe let's settle and then we get one
Mm-hmm.
when we're a bit more settled in.
If someone says they don't want a cat or a dog flat out ever, I think that's a completely different thing, right?
Yeah, that's kind of
That's the green and red.
yeah, when they're like, oh, I hate pets and I don't want one.
I mean, for me, that's just a red flag. See you later.
Yeah, but why don't you hate pets?
We're getting a dog. It's happening.
Yeah.
Imagine you're just sat, having a nice time, and there's no dog.
Or no cat.
What's going on? Where's my... If I drop a piece of food on the floor, it's going to stay there.
I know, disgusting.
No one's going to come and eat it.
Yeah. Have got to clean it up.
Exactly.
Boring.
So all right, there's another question. Cats or dogs? First off, you're a cat person.
Yeah. But I like
obviously.
dogs.
You like dogs, but you're a cat person.
Yeah.
You have a cat.
Yeah.
The cat featured on the first episode of this podcast.
And the second.
Majorly. I don't know what I am. I'm a hybrid.
You like both.
I do like both.
That's fine.
I will have both eventually.
I hope to have both. Like, I'm not here like, all right.
Dogs get in the bin.
Yeah, I'm like, I have a cat, but I would like a dog. And I'd like to have more cats.
I think for me, it has to be one of. As in, like, minimum.
Yeah.
Like, if my partner, you're going to want a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
Both, great.
Yeah.
Neither,
Nah.
see you later.
I love the idea of just having something we can cuddle when watch a movie or like
obviously,
chill with you.
Like, let's make sure people understand. I fully understand. It is a huge responsibility.
Oh,
right?
yeah. So
you are fully committing.
This is one of the other things I was thinking. I was like, if your partner didn't want a cat or a dog because you guys love to travel, then I do kind of get where they're coming from. That it's unfair to have a pet when you're like out of the country a lot.
To not wanting it, right?
Yeah, because they might be like, oh, when we've stopped doing all of this, I really want one later.
Have it situationally.
If it's like a flat, no, never. Like, for example, my kind of idea is we'll get a dog when we settle down and start thinking about a family.
Yeah.
Because until then, I think it's too much responsibility and too much of a tie. I think a cat is a bit of a less of a tie, especially because like my parents, she seems to be fine here at my parents.
Yeah.
But my parents have cats, so I don't think they'd love having a dog here.
A dog's a lot more work.
A dog is a lot more work. I just think you'd have to weigh all of that up. And in my mind, when I'm settling down to try and have a family, or like we've got our dream home and we're like, cool, we're going to stay here for a bit. Like, that's when I'd be like, cool, I'm going to get a dog.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be when I'm doing lots of weekends away or stuff.
Yeah. So obviously, like, mega situational.
Yeah.
I think I think the main thing we need to focus on here, other than do they like pets? If the answer's no, for me, you're gone. Sorry, see you later. But I think the scary bit of this is if someone doesn't want one for commitment reasons.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
When we got our cat, I went, you've literally just got a cat with me. Like, you can't break up with me.
It's not, exactly.
Because we have an
This is
animal together. Like that's something we have to decide.
We have a child, right?
We've got a child. And
imagine we wake up, where's this cat going?
Yeah. And I was like, I can't believe we've just done that. Like, that's such a commitment.
Big, huge step.
That we've done together. And both of us were kind of like, oh yeah, we hadn't even really thought of that. It wasn't like, that wasn't the part of it.
Christ.
And so, no, but in a good way. Like, it didn't feel like it was a...
you weren't scared of it at all.
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't even something that really crossed my mind. I wasn't like, oh, what if we break up? But I've heard of lots of couples that have thought the same, and then they've broken up and they've got this dog.
The worst one
cat.
is a, like, Christmas gift puppy or kitten.
Yeah.
Like, a year into the relationship.
But then you're gifting it to that person, so it is that person's animal.
unless we're deep in a relationship, I'm not buying you a pet.
No.
Like, that's a mega, mega, mega thing. Also, if you buy me, that's so much responsibility without any compliment. No,
I know.
That's terrifying. But yeah, if you don't want an animal for commitment reasons, that's very different.
Because then it's a red flag on how you view the relationship.
I don't know if it's a red flag. I think it's something you've got to be mindful of, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking like, so say we're living together, like it's 2-3 years down the line, you don't want to get a dog with me because of commitment issues. But then you clearly won't want to have kids. You won't want to get married. Like, what do you view in this relationship then?
I think the timelines are a scary thing to get into.
Yeah.
Like, man, the whole like, when do you propose? Are you going to propose? When do you move in? The whole time, I think that's scary for me. You've already done half of that. That's scary.
I've got no ring on my finger yet.
Oh,
that's awkward. What's it been?
I do.
Yeah, I've got this one.
That's swearing. I can't do that.
You can't do that.
No
swearing. But yeah, I think you're right in the sense of timelines become quite stressful in relationships. But then that's, again, tales all the time. Communicate, talk about it, see if you guys are on the same page. What are each other's timelines?
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
if you can't talk about it with your partner, right? Then who can you talk about it?
Exactly. These are all things that you need to talk about at some point. It's awkward to bring them up.
Oh yeah.
Because you're being vulnerable at that point, right? If you want to discuss any of this, you're saying, look, I'm being serious about this, so let's have a conversation. That's hard.
Yeah.
To even admit that you're at that stage for some people is really difficult.
Yeah.
To admit that you're having thoughts like that, whoa. Like, oh.
That's crazy.
Calm down. Or, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing. We're going to move on. If you don't like pets, just don't talk to me.
Fair.
Sorry, I just had a thought. Like, imagine the person I'm dating turns around and goes, I want to get a snake.
Yee.
No. Unless you're the female equivalent of like Robert Irwin. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm fine.
You don't want a snake in your house?
No.
Fair.
A tarantula? No.
No. Oh my God, no.
No.
I'm talking conventional
you
pets.
can keep it at your house. We'll live separately forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can only ever stay over at mine.
I'm good. Actually, that's a lie. If you're mega into spiders, then I'm chill with it. Just don't get it out.
We're like, look at our pet. This is our son.
So sweet. Love you.
Do you want to touch it?
Help. Anyway. Oof.
They're a picky eater. I've put example. They don't like veg. Like that kind of stuff.
What kind of losers, honestly. Don't look at me like that. I think green flag.
Right. I think there's like elements to it. If you're just a bit picky, like I don't really care. Like it's not bad. My sister's not a big fan of onions, so you got to cut them up small enough that she doesn't notice them.
This real question is, how childish are they, and what is your limit to dealing with that?
Yeah, it's like if I want to go to a sushi place or some other like try different restaurants, and my partner doesn't want to do any of that, and we're limited to like something that does burgers and fries, then it's gonna wear a bit thin quite quickly. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I've just caught up. Basically, what you're saying is no beige food. If it's just beige food.
Yeah. You're right. There's a spectrum of pickiness, and I'm on that spectrum. I'm not there like
everyone is.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some people who are at the end of
will
food.
Eat anything.
Yeah.
Edible, eating it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah. Thanks. Whereas I definitely have foods that I don't like, and I'm getting better at liking more foods. I used to be really
oh man, that sneeze is really bad.
But I'm getting better at liking more foods. Okay.
Yeah.
But
right, you're trying.
Yeah.
Boom. That's all you need to do.
So Matt and I will go places and we'll try different foods. And if I don't like it, I don't like it.
There's some things that people just don't like, and that is completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, am I the biggest fan of fish? No.
No.
Will I have
Will
fish
I
and
ever-
chips? Sure.
Yeah. Will I ever
Is that
try
fish?
crab?
No. I like prawns.
I won't be ever. I tried prawns once.
I like
I
squid.
wasn't a big fan.
Prawns. I don't like sushi.
Oh, I love
you're a
sushi.
sushi person.
I'm a sushi gal.
Yeah, you are. I don't like sushi.
And I'm really getting into smoked salmon.
I had a phase, and that phase is gone.
I'm overeating it. It definitely is going to go. I'm going to get really bored of it
It's like
soon.
eggs.
I can't eat eggs.
I
The
can.
texture's too choppy.
I can.
It's like it chops. Do you understand?
No.
Like egg texture is too choppy. Please tell me you understand.
I'm trying really hard. Describe to me choppy.
Like when you bite it, it like splits.
Okay, I get it.
Like
I get it.
it's
I get
choppy.
it. I get it. Okay. Yeah. As in, it separates awkwardly.
Yeah.
I get it.
Ugh. Makes me feel sick.
Is that jelly?
No.
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's a texture thing. See, my issue with that, right, is there are different forms of eggs.
Yeah.
They all have the choppy element.
They
I'll give you
do.
that. Thinking about it,
They're all choppy.
they are all choppy. Poached,
Is that not the choppiest?
maybe.
Actually, I'm thinking hard boiled is the choppiest.
Oh yeah,
But then I think poached might be second.
yeah. Scrambled,
It's probably the least,
the least choppy.
but still, it's got that
Oh, I think I've got my head around this choppiness.
choppy element.
Okay. So, like, what's that thing called? I'm thinking of a dessert.
Tiramisu.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I will never eat that.
Okay. So you don't, you don't like things that split awkwardly,
Yeah.
right? I understand. I've got it. Yeah. Cool. It's good to know.
Anyways. So, for example, I'm not the least picky eater out there. Like, I am a picky eater, but I'm open to trying new foods.
I think it's all about being open, right?
Yeah.
If you flat out refuse, and I will accept any sort of medical conditions.
Oh yeah,
Like-
allergies and stuff like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like if you're vegan or whatever, like fine. Like that's not picky eater.
no.
That's a choice in what you want to eat.
There's a choice in what you want to eat, and there is, I'm going to die if I eat that. And imagine you turn around and go, eat it.
Yeah.
I have the gluten, you celiac person.
I won't be dating
Yeah.
someone that doesn't eat gluten.
Whoa.
So
There's also the opposite of that. People definitely go, I'm not dating anyone that eats meat or drinks milk.
Oh. What if they were vegan?
If you're that's
But
definitely a
that
thing.
that might be because like their principles are it's bad,
Morally. Yeah.
it's moral, everything. So I can't be with someone that doesn't share that value.
Fair enough.
That's about values
fair
in
enough.
relationship, which is like if that's how you feel about that kind of thing, like that's absolutely fine.
Right. Anyway, picky eater. If you're a childish human being, and I don't mean you have autism and that's the reason why.
No.
I don't mean any of that. If you just want, microwave burgers.
Ugh, microwave burgers. Stop it. Those Rustler's burgers look disgusting.
But imagine the only pizza, burgers, or like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and like you can only choose like a restaurant that has those things.
I'm a cooking person.
I love cooking.
I want to cook you something nice.
Yeah.
If my version of cooking you something nice is nuggets in the oven, baked beans from the microwave, and chips in the air fryer,
chips.
I'm like, it's not really pushing my boundaries of a chef, is
No,
it?
it's not really the culinary expertise
No,
that you want to show off.
not very exploration based. I think if you're that picky, Red flag.
Same.
Red flag.
I think so too.
Don't get me wrong. You can have things you don't like. That's fine.
Yeah, and it could be like, for example, I'm not the biggest fan of like cooked mushrooms.
Cooked.
Choppy. Slimy.
Oh yeah, choppy. How did I forget choppy?
But
Fresh mushrooms?
you know, I'm better with
Are they
fresh
okay?
mushrooms. They're a bit more solid. They've got a
Yeah,
bit more
yeah.
bite to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So I'm okay with.
You know what? Later, I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna send you a list of all the choppy foods that I can think of.
Yeah.
And you're gonna.
And I'll be like,
no,
yeah, don't
yes,
like,
yes,
don't
no,
like,
yes,
don't
yes,
like,
no,
don't like.
yes, no,
Yeah. I'll
choppy foods.
My other texture thing is
TMI, but all right.
risotto.
Pardon me. Whoa, cut that. I really like risotto.
I can't do it. Slimy. Slimy. Avocado sits in choppy. Slash
yeah, okay,
slimy.
Fine. Yeah.
It really it fits in both.
Banana?
I like banana, but it gets a bit overwhelming sometimes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay,
Boom.
moving on.
Oof.
Only watches
This is
anime.
rogue. Some of these we got from like
I got them from
a Reddit
sites.
post.
I got from different
loads
things.
of different, like some
I
of
just
them
thought
are
of like what people considered red flags or green flags. and I
only
wrote them
watches
down.
anime.
I think at the moment I am falling into that category, which is
Red flag.
wow, that's not very
Only
nice.
watches only. I mean, okay, right. So,
As of right now, I don't have a other TV show on.
but
go.
you haven't exclusively shaded yourself to anime, though, have you?
No.
Exactly.
No.
You're not.
I
You're
love
not like
New Girl.
I'm not watching. Yeah, nice. I'm not watching anything else.
To be fair,
Right.
I'm gonna stereotype the type of person that is like consistently only watching anime. They're quite obsessed, and then it's all they want to talk about.
Yeah, but I think we have to be careful because it can be a special interest for people, right? It can.
I mean, I love anime, and
Yeah.
I watch a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. But I know people that don't watch TV, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be like, you don't get out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to disagree with you.
Yeah,
I like TV.
I like TV.
I like shows. I like films. I like the lot. I like anime. I'll watch YouTube. I'll watch anything.
Yeah,
I'm just addicted to media.
yeah.
Consume it.
You're a consumer.
But no, I mean, it all depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
If they only watch anime and they refuse to accept anything else as anything, then maybe that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Like if you turn around, if I said, can we watch this film?
Yeah.
And they went, oh, is it animated?
And you're like,
No.
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 Then I'm not watching it. Then I'd be like,
The answer's
right.
no.
So you don't want to
No.
watch the Barbie movie with me? Cool.
Yeah, I agree. But like, okay, so I'm gonna expand this because don't watch anime. Only watches anime is very extreme. Compromising to watch something that someone else thinks is cool. So if you were showing me your favorite film, for example,
and it's not your genre.
it's not my genre, it's not my style, it's nothing I want to watch.
Yeah.
If I sat there and said, yeah, okay, I'll watch it with you,
Yeah.
and then I spent the entire time on my phone, what are you saying?
Upset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing you something I really like, and you do not care.
What is the level of attention that is required?
Full.
Full. Will you say anything less than full?
Only if it's like to go get popcorn or something. But then I'm pausing it.
I know. There we go.
You're going to the toilet, I'm pausing it.
Oh, I'm just going to go to the toilet. Don't worry about pausing it.
I don't care.
the best
I'm
bit.
pausing it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to miss something.
How extreme are we going with this? Because if I turned around to you and I said, we're going to watch the extended editions of Lord of the Rings. Sit down.
What?
12 and a half hours.
So this is what we do.
It's more than that.
Matt gets to choose a movie, which could have been has been Lord of the Rings before.
Yeah.
And then I choose a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're breaking up. Yes, we're going to slowly watch the trilogy,
Yeah.
but we're not doing it straight away because I get to choose a movie in between.
Okay, that's fine.
So then,
So you're both, yeah, that makes complete sense.
Because we completely accept that our choices in movies are never going to align.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's always the chance that you like it, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
and that's the thing.
That's the best bit about it, right?
He's shown me movies I really like. I've shown him movies that he really likes. He was a chick flick hater, and then I've shown him quite a few that he's actually been like, I quite like that. I'd watch it again.
Boom. Yeah. I think you have to be open to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my partner was only choosing the movies or whatever, and then there was no compromise, and I wasn't allowed to have an input on like what I wanted to watch, then I'm not having fun.
Yeah. I think for me, movies are obviously like a big part of my life, right? Like that's one of the main things I'm into.
Yeah.
Both making and watching them.
Yeah.
I think there's a point where, like, you know how people say, oh, there's nothing to watch. Oh, we can't decide what to watch. That type of thing. That conversation that happens most of the time nowadays.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm starting a new relationship, I have like a list.
Yeah.
I have a list of films that you're going to have to watch to understand what type of human being I am.
Yeah.
Because there's films that I reference like all the time. I can't think of them now, but in this situation, I'll say something.
Yeah.
Most people will look at me like, what? But then if someone's seen the film, they go, hey,
nice.
I like that. But things like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have a selection of films written down that if I'm in a relationship with someone, you're going to watch them.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But we're never getting to the point where, oh, what do we watch? Because I've got the list.
Yeah.
Oh, do you not?
Yeah, if you don't know, we're watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go anymore. People think I'm weird.
People already think you're weird.
That's true. There's a list, and the list is based on how intense it gets.
So the relationship?
No. So the list, there's an order we've got to watch it in. Right. Because the ones at the bottom, like Lord of the Rings Return of the King Extended Edition, that's a heavy film. It's a long film. You're going to have to really like me to sit through that.
Yeah.
Like that's really low down on the list.
That's fair.
But for example, I don't know, The Martian. That's quite a consumer-friendly film.
Yeah, okay.
It's not too nerdy. It's not too intense. It's not too long. Mm-hmm. It's a good film for people to watch. Mm-hmm. It's entertaining. I'd say that's like 3 or 4 on the list. That's one of the first things you're going to watch. You're like, oh, that's cool.
Have you watched Passenger?
Yeah.
I really like Passenger.
Great film.
Yeah, cool.
That might actually be higher up.
Really?
That might be like 1 or 2. You can watch that pretty. I'd say that's very consumer friendly.
It's a great film.
Because it's kind of a rom-com.
Yeah.
It's fully based in space. Love that.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
There's a robot.
I forgot about.
There's a robot.
There's a robot. There's loads of things to it. Like, and it's not thrillery. I mean, it kind of is thrillery.
Yeah, it is because it like starts breaking or something, doesn't it?
Spoilers. Oh, spoilers. That's another thing. If we're watching a TV show together and you spoil it, relationship over. All right. If we've agreed to watch a TV show.
Yeah.
If we said, oh yeah, this is going to be our thing that we're going to watch. Neither of us have watched it before.
Yeah.
We sit down, we watch episodes together. If we're apart and you go and watch an episode without me, and then you tell me what happens, I don't think we're going to last.
Yeah,
I think that's the end for me.
I've got someone at work that there's one guy at work that watches.
I'm joking, by the way. I'll be very upset.
Yeah.
But it's not a relationship.
I'll be questioning the relationship. There's one guy at work that watches anime, and he's like the only other person that watches it. So I'll talk to him about like the shows that I'm watching, and he tells me about the shows he's watching. And I told him about a show I was watching once, and he went, "Oh yeah, I've read the manga," and told me every single thing that happened. And I was like, I cannot believe.
Did you report him to HR?
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
What the heck?
Guys, you won't believe what he said to me.
Yeah, he read the manga.
Fire him.
And he spoiled it all. Fuming.
Oh,
The bits of the manga he was telling me about, the anime hadn't even been made for that bit yet.
Which one was it?
I think this was like Solo Leveling.
Okay.
So like pretty up current in media at the time. New. And I was like, oh yeah, like second season's coming out. I'm watching at the moment. And he told me not only spoilers for that season that I hadn't that hadn't even been released yet, but also then spoilers
For the rest of it.
For the rest of it.
Oh.
I was like, well, I'm very upset now.
Do you know what? I think it's in a relationship scenario, I think it's kind of like it's a good trait to get excited about something happening.
Yeah.
Like if you're showing me a show,
yeah,
and there's a good bit coming up, I'll be like, this is fun. Like,
yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, he's about to die, I'll be like,
yeah, what the heck?
so should I even watch it? No.
That's like me with my books. I'm always telling people that I want them to read the books that I'm reading, but then I will literally sit and in depth and tell them everything that's happened. And I go, it's really good. You should read it.
Here's why you should read this book, right? This guy gets married, kills his wife, marries again.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's amazing.
And why
you'll never see this. You'll never see the twists.
Anyway, that's a massive tangent from only watches anime, which is a red flag.
Yeah.
Doesn't have an iced frame.
A bed frame.
Yeah, I know.
I literally couldn't read that.
You do not. Doesn't have a bed frame.
I'm going to say red flag.
Yeah. We're going to have to go through, obviously, if it's circumstantial.
Oh, yeah.
If you've just moved house.
Oh, yeah.
There is, and like you're financially challenged.
Financially challenged.
What?
Challenged.
What?
That's funny.
That's a reasonable phrase.
That's a funny way of saying
financially challenged.
Yeah. I like that.
What? Okay. If you don't have much money, you're poor.
Broke boy.
Brokey. No. Look, if there's a reason you don't have a bed frame, explain it to me. That's cool.
Yeah.
If
it's
maybe
laziness,
I can get you one for your birthday.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, but if it's like a laziness.
If it's to
furnish, like
I feel
this'll
like
do.
This is directed at boys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the this'll do. I've got my one armchair, my TV on the floor, and my mattress.
If you've not got the money to cover it,
then
fine.
it's completely different.
It's fine.
You're working towards furnishing it, or you're putting it towards more important things. Don't care. But if it's lazy.
No, if you're choosing not to have a bed frame, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the end of that.
Yeah.
Always uploading to socials. Ooh.
Yeah. So like constantly active.
We've had no online profiles in the last episode. Go check it out.
Yeah. It was episode
7. Episode 7. Check it out.
Episode 7.
If it's not, watch the rest of them and you'll find it somewhere. How about start episode 1?
Yeah. Why are you here without watching the rest?
Exactly. There's heavy lore that goes through each episode. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but watch the rest. So always uploading to socials.
Yeah.
If it's your job and you are an influencer, I don't care.
Would you date an influencer?
Yeah.
Nice.
It depends.
Some people are like, oh, no, I wouldn't.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It depends what you're doing, right? If you're an influencer in the sense that you're like an influencer.
An OnlyFans.
Okay. Maybe not.
You wouldn't date an OF model?
Probably not. I have no idea. I actually have no idea what I'd do in that situation. Literally got no clue.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. But if you're an influencer in the sense that you have a niche thing that you do, let's say you like crocheting things and you post that online. That's
cute.
Cool. You have a
hobby. Very wholesome.
You've turned it into a job, maybe.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like that.
I appreciate that. That's cool.
Yeah.
If you're always uploading to socials like you're a 13-year-old at a concert and you're holding down Snapchat record button, I'm not talking to you.
You have to tap through their Instagram story.
If your Instagram story is just every concert you've ever been to, I hate you. Please don't talk to me.
Fair.
If you're always uploading pictures of me and you're not telling me about it, a bit of an issue.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair. What about like every time you go for dinner, they're like snapping a photo and you can't touch anything. They're like, take a photo, take a photo, take a photo. Would that grate on you? Because like when I'm on holiday, I do tend to take a photo of every meal.
I like it. but I like it for personal use.
Right.
So if your idea is to make a cool little scrapbook and be like, hey, look, these are all the meals we've eaten. I'll be like, oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a little bit of writing next to it, be like, hey, this is the Friday of our holiday. We did this. We ate this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nice. That's really cool. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
If I'm not allowed to eat my food because you have to get the right angle,
The
I'm
right
going to start getting
lighting.
angry.
And then I've gone, the lighting's not good enough. Can you get your torch out?
Right. Think about me as a human being. Think about how much I like to eat food. Think about the idea of someone telling me not to eat something.
Yeah, don't touch that.
Don't touch it.
Actually, the lighting's bad.
I want to eat the food. I'll get hangry.
Yeah.
I will, because especially if we're on holiday, I'm probably already a little bit hangry
Yeah.
because we've walked too far to find the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then it's taken too long to order in broken French because I can't speak it. I'm like, I want to eat the food. I want to eat now.
Let me
please.
eat my escargot.
But ugh.
Choppy.
Choppy. But at the same time, I like taking photos. I like making videos.
Yeah.
I like all of it. That's cool. If I'm a hungry boy and you're telling me not to eat my food, I'm going to get quite annoyed
Yeah, that's fair.
eventually. Oh, look, you got the photo. It's good. It's being eaten. Can I add one to this?
Yeah, go on.
So always uploading to socials.
Mm-hmm.
We need to finish that quickly.
I don't think it's a red flag. I think if it's impacting the relationship a lot, or like we said in the last episode, if it was like, if they're like always uploading but you're never in them,
Yeah.
I think that's a red
yeah.
flag.
If you're hiding something,
Yeah,
fine.
but in general, I don't
just
think
just
it's too
talk to the
bad.
person, right? If you're the one uploading it, you have to talk to them.
Yeah,
I think.
see if it's affecting them.
Because if I take a picture of you, like from down here and do that,
Double chin.
and I put it on my Facebook.
Why?
It's because I'm 52.
Uploading your status.
Anyway, if I upload something and you go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
But sometimes it is. There's just lots of layers to it. But always uploading to socials, I don't really care.
No, fair. Go on, what did you want to add?
Doesn't share food.
I love sharing food.
You're an amazing human being.
Thanks.
There we go.
I like doing the bits where you like order lots of things.
Yeah.
And you think that I got so excited. We were in Athens and I wanted all of the small plates and I wanted us to share a moussaka because I'd never had one before. But I wasn't sure I was going to like it.
Do you like feta?
Yeah.
Crumbly, not choppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really hit or miss with like halloumi.
Ooh, that is borderline choppy, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes it can
Does
go.
that have to be really heavily cooked?
When it's hot, it's nice and
Yeah.
chewy almost.
Yeah,
it's like warm and it's nice. When it gets cold and it goes like rubbery.
Squeaky.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So then that's a whole other
Okay.
thing. But
You want to try loads of stuff in Greece?
yeah, I want to try all these different things. And they didn't have any moussaka and I was very sad. So we did it with a different dish. We still did all of the like
The sharing.
the sharing. And it
So
was,
my thing, right,
go on.
is if I have a plate of food
Mhm.
and you turn to me and you go, "Oh, can I try a chip?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
Can I have a bite of your burger? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Can I have another bite of your burger?
Oh, hang on.
Do you like it? Oh, okay, that's cool. Do you want to swap meals? No? Okay.
See, I'll offer a bite for a bite. Like I'll be like, you can
Equal
try.
trade, man.
Yeah, you can try some of my meal. If
To
I
be
can try
fair,
some of
I'm
your meal.
saying all of this. I don't care.
No.
I'll give you my meal and order another one. Or I'll just go hungry. Like, I will do it. But just know me as a human being.
The people pleaser in you is coming out.
It
there.
is, yeah. Like, I will just do it. If you didn't like your meal,
Oh yeah.
if you really didn't like it, but what I had was very appealing, yeah, let's swap. We'll swap. I
Yeah.
don't care. That's fine.
Fair.
Just know that we'll be stopping at McDonald's on the way home because I'm hungry.
Fair.
Um,
That's sweet though.
but if you know what, yeah, it's fine. Just share food. Out every weekend. Ooh.
Yeah. Always got plans. You've got to like book them in almost. And it's your partner. So like this is like, say you've been like seeing each other for a couple months, and you're realizing actually even now you've got to like arrange.
So let's say in this scenario you've broken through into the relationship.
Yes.
You are now in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because before that
you were like arranging dates.
I think before that, if you're not reachable, you're not reachable sometimes.
Yeah.
And that can just be the person that you are, and
Yeah.
that's fine. If you're now in a relationship, you've suggested that you are committed to this person to whatever extent it may be. You've got to make room.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I don't want to be your hangover Sunday every single Sunday.
Yeah.
And am I invited to these like nights out, or is it boys' night or girls' night? Like,
Are we keeping this to nights out?
Well, I'm thinking like they've got like they're out Friday night. They've then got brunch or like some sort of lunch.
Yeah.
Or like if it's a guy, they've got like the footballs on, so they've plans to go to the pub with mates to go to football, and then it's going to lead to a night out. Or the brunch is then going to lead to something, and like they tend to do like a plan like that most weekends, if not every weekend.
I mean, this is opening a whole can of worms, right?
I know.
I think being busy is a good thing.
I like someone that's being busy is not like
someone that's got something going on in their life is more attractive to me than someone that doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if I can't see you once a month,
what's a month? They're your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know.
You should be seeing them like once a week, if not more.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that it's. I don't know. I'm too out of touch.
You're in a relationship with someone. I think you should be seeing them one night in the week, like after work or something. Stay over, and then I think you should be seeing them once a weekend.
I think for me,
on average, I'm not saying it has to be every weekend.
I think on average, yeah, okay. But are we saying on average, as in if you see them twice in 1 week, you don't have to see them for the rest of the month?
No, I'm saying twice a week minimum.
Wow, I have no idea. I'm actually so lost in this.
Really?
Yeah, it's something I'm not even in touch with. I don't even think about it. But I genuinely think that once every 2 weeks is fine. But this depends on so many different factors, right?
Yeah.
The situation, as in distance.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's distance, once a fortnight is good.
If we live 20 minutes from each other,
that's what I'm saying.
And we're not seeing each other once a week, something's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we should be hop skipping between houses after work, and then we should have at least one plan at the weekend. That might be Friday night, that might be Saturday night, could even be Saturday in the day, could be Sunday, and then I'm staying over till Monday. Like it doesn't have to be like the full weekend, but I should be incorporated slightly into your weekend plans. If we're 20 minutes away.
Fine. If you're staying away, if you've got plans
elsewhere, then that's fine.
Completely
this is why I was saying like on average. Like I'm saying like it's a normal weekend for you. I don't think the plans should be friends, and I'm not even included in that. Because if we're in a relationship, surely you want to merge friends occasionally. Like, I'm not saying all the time.
Yeah.
But like, you're going to so and so's like birthday.
Yeah.
Do you want to come?
Yeah.
It should be like
I
that.
think we also need to address it's okay to not go with your partner.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so okay to be doing something on your own.
That's why I'm saying they don't have to be included all the time. But I think if you're like looking at your weekend plan and you're going, I've agreed to go out Friday night. I'm doing something.
I'm seeing someone Friday. I'm seeing someone Saturday. I've not currently got anything on Sunday.
But I'm going to be hungover.
Yeah.
Should I invite her to one of them? That feels...
I mean, see, this isn't a thing for me because I'm not getting hungover. Because I'm just not drinking.
Yeah. But you'll be tired. Yeah, fair.
I'm a healthy boy. I'm joking. Yeah, but I do understand. I think you've got to make time in your relationship with people,
Yeah.
right? But out every weekend, I've just saw the song. What's the song?
Out.
Yeah. That's in my head. But if you're making exclusive plans to be away from the relationship, not to be away from the relationship, but if you are away from the relationship, and I think the biggest thing for me here is if you're not updating me, or if you're not even communicating at all, like if this is a no communication, like blackout weekend, that's the problem.
Okay.
Like if you're going a whole day without messaging or calling, fine, I don't care. Like if you're on a hen do for 2 days,
yeah,
I don't care.
yeah.
That's fine. But I want an update at some point.
But I'm saying like this is on average. Their average weekend is they are doing something without you most of the time, and it just shows a lack of consideration or want to hang out with you.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think that's a red flag.
Yeah. Same.
But I think, let's say it's 3 weeks in advance. I've made plans for my weekend. I'm doing things Friday evening, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
If the other person can't find anything to do,
well, then they've just got a boring weekend.
wait, is that not a red flag?
What, they can't find anything to do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Like,
but then what if like their like 3 friends are all busy?
Then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if that happens all the time, if I'm scared of making
plans because
you're not going to have any,
yeah,
I think that's a red flag. Even more of a red flag than making more plans.
True.
Because if you have to come with me to everything, if I feel bad for not inviting you to everything, I think that's a major red flag.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of smell you there.
I hate that so much. I smell you. Ridiculous.
Hey, never apologizes.
I mean, it's stupid. Red flag.
Yeah.
It's
easy.
It's the easiest one we've ever done. If someone never apologizes, ever, see you later.
Yeah, you have no compromise. You have no understanding of the damage you do to me.
We can make this really extreme. Like, imagine someone drops a knife on your toe.
And they...
Why was your toe there?
Yeah, why was your toe there?
Get your toe out of the way.
You literally knocked that knife out of my hand.
What is your problem?
You actually just stabbed your toe.
And the other person's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Which is definitely what the other person in that relationship would look like, by the way.
Yeah.
On the other side of the room, you drop a glass. Why are you in the room? What have you done? I've seen relationships like that before.
Have you?
Yeah. Like, they're funny for like the first time you see it.
And then
after that, you're like,
oh my God, they need to break up.
Okay. Never apologizes. Big red flag. Dude, just apologize.
Yeah.
Especially if you're wrong. Even if you're sometimes not wrong. Rude to strangers. Red flag.
Red flag.
These are easy. Are we going to talk about rude to strangers anymore?
Well, I'm thinking like, so the waitress
Customer service is
comes
a big one,
up and they're like rude to her or him, and like that. So that tells you so much.
This is a big thing for me because of where I work, right?
Yeah.
Because I obviously work in customer service at the moment, hospitality specifically. What point is too passive and what point is too aggressive? So let's say, for example, you've ordered a steak. Mm-hmm. You say, "Can I get a steak medium rare, please?" If it comes along and it is dripping in blood,
I would be sending that back. I can't eat that. You'd be sending
it back.
I can't.
Right, exactly.
Like, personally, I cannot eat that.
How do you approach that?
I'd be going, "I'm so sorry,
but this isn't quite."
I asked for this medium rare. I don't know if you guys do a medium rare, like more on the rare side than like I'm used to in other places. Can I just get this
a little bit more?
A bit more done. I'm so sorry.
I think that's perfect. Right?
Yeah.
I think starting off with an apology
Yeah.
Even when you don't need to, right?
But I'm inconveniencing
It's an
them.
inconvenience.
Even though
yeah.
it's in theory it's been
your
done wrong.
inconvenience, Yeah.
I do feel bad, but I'm not like, oh, I wouldn't say anything just because.
Yeah. You wouldn't just eat it.
No, especially in the sense that I actually wouldn't eat that. I can't eat
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Like if it's overdone, I'm more inclined to leave
just
it and just
eat
eat it.
Yeah.
But when there's like blood and it's too raw, it's getting too choppy. I can't eat that. Like it's getting
So
to like that.
Let me present you another one. You've ordered a roast. You're in a pub.
Okay.
You've asked for them to leave the peas off the plate.
Right.
There's peas on the plate.
Oh well. Boo hoo.
There are some people who would turn around and go, sorry, excuse me, there are peas on my plate. That's the point in which I go, oh, I'm breaking up with you because you're a maniac.
It's like I
think so.
For example, I get a bit fussy when it comes to like mayos and like sauces in burgers.
Okay.
I like to try it first
Yeah.
before it's like in my burger, and if I don't
See,
like
but
it,
this is why I chose the peas, because they don't affect anything.
yeah. But I normally ask for them on the side.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I chose the peas, because the peas can be on the plate. Nothing is happening. It is not like, it's not like a sauce where it leaks onto the rest of your food.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat the peas.
You can corner them off.
If you are calling over the waiter to say, hi, can you take this back? It's got peas on it.
Right, go away.
Biggest red flag ever. But in relation to this, if you're rude to strangers, I don't like you.
Yeah, obviously.
But,
There's ways to be nice.
It's so much harder to just be horrible all the time. I think it's so much more effort.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. Just be nice.
Should we leave it there? It's been over an hour.
We've been doing a lot of talking.
We have.
Also, the rest of these are really easy.
What are they? We can
Likes
go quick
olive-
fire. Jealous when talking to people. Get out.
Yeah, red flag. Likes olives or gherkins.
So it's the olives or gherkin theory. There's always the theory that you're in it.
The olive theory.
Yeah, but it's
One
also a
person likes them,
gherkin.
one person doesn't.
Yeah. However, me and Matt both like olives. So
Break up with him.
then we've
Where's Matt?
gone to the gherkin theory. That I don't like gherkins. He likes
does.
gherkins.
There's always something like that.
Yeah.
There is always I like that, you don't, let's swap.
Yeah.
It's a cute little thing, isn't it?
I like it.
But that's just knowing your partner.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like garlic bread when you get French stick. Matt likes the ends.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. He likes the ends. Matches your freak. Obviously, green flag.
Yeah.
Saying hi to pet before me.
Green flag.
Yeah. I mean, it happens to me all the time.
So if you didn't catch that, that's saying hi to your pet before you say hi to me. So if you walk in the room and the cat's there and you say hello to the cat and don't acknowledge me, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're going, oh, hey.
I'm going to do exactly the same thing when I walk into the building anyway.
Yeah.
My dog's getting love and cuddles before you even getting noticed. Oh, hi.
Yeah. That's what happens in our house. The cats get attention before any of us.
Anyway, that's it. We've managed to do it.
We've done it. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's a lot. And we added some extra ones in there as well.
We did. We've been talking for a long time.
Good job for listening to that whole thing.
Thanks, guys. I hope
If
you
you
found it
have, well
entertaining. If you didn't, I'm very
I
sorry.
said a code word in the middle of that. Why are you laughing? You ruined it.
Okay. Do it again.
This is meant to be my job, I'm professional.
Yeah, do it.
So I said a code word in the middle of that video. If you can tell me what that code word is, I'll give you 10 points. The end. Goodbye.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Good job.